I don't know how much longer I can do it. It's just insanity.
What's the matter? Too scared to work 168 hours at the factory? Too good to work at the factory? That's what I did. 168 hours a week. 55 years. That's how I paid this house off.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a house. It's a single wide trailer, Dad.
Son, you don't know the first thing about struggle. Matter of fact, I got cigarettes on my front porch that are older than you. There were times when you were a little one that I was putting rocks in boiling water and mixing them together and calling it a soup so I could survive.
You weren't eating rocks, and you spent all our money gambling.
You don't understand. The gambling was to make a better life for you. I took what I earned at the factory and I put it all in the gambling. Didn't work out.
Gambling, like, never works out. That's just how it works. Like, you always lose, pretty much.
Yeah, whatever. I think the real reason is your generation, nobody wants to work. No one wants to work at the factory like we did. Ain't nothing wrong with working at the factory.
Well, the thing now, Dad, is the factory is still paying the same wage in 2024, you know.
Well, then work more hours. That's what I did.
What I'm about to say is probably going to make you sick, but
Before we get into it, I just want to say thanks for clicking on the video, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. And another message I want to put across is that you're not alone. You know, I know a lot of people my age and younger are feeling like, I don't know, left behind in this economy. Shit is just getting so out of hand. Like, I just want to let you know you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're going through, financially, mentally, you're not alone. It's a lot of pressure on all of us in so many different ways. And that's what really made me want to get back to making these videos, is because, you know, we got to talk about it. You know, all the big celebrities, they talk about things that literally make no difference in our lives. Literally turn on TV and it's just junk, you know? But we need to start having these conversations, like, as human beings, as people in America. We need to make ourselves have these conversations. Even though I might only get like 10 views, 5 views, those 5 people, we're having a conversation. We're talking about the cost of living in America is just getting ridiculous. Life in America is just not what it used to be, any way, shape, or form, you know? And we gotta stick together, because at the end of the day, it's just me, it's just you. You know what I'm saying? We are all that we have. You know, the people who run this country, they say they care about us, but they literally get paid to not care about us. It's literally what they get paid to do, you know? So I just want to talk about this cost of life crisis, is what they say. This is what we're going through. We got to talk about it, you know? Shit is fucked up. It really is, you know? And I could rant on forever, but let's get back to the video.
you probably need to hear it. You're not bad with money. America is really this expensive right now. But let's talk what it really costs to be average in this America. The average American household income is somewhere between $50,000 and $70,000, in that range. And after taxes, a lot of these people bring home anywhere from $40,000 to $55,000, which is not very much. Daycare for 2 kids costs upwards of $27,000 a year, which leaves, give or take, 19-ish grand to live off of. Breaking it down even further, that leaves about $350, give or take, a week for living expenses. And most people's household costs are well above that. The average household grocery cost right now is $800 to $900 a month.
Groceries,
An average.
Stop right there. Groceries are ridiculous right now. Like, I went to go do grocery shopping, and the beef chub, the little big tube of beef that I usually get, is $20. It was like $18 and some change, but that's $20. I don't want to get too loud because I don't want to wake my baby up, but $20. I remember just a few years ago, like 2020, that same chub was like $9, $8. You telling me it's $20 now? Bro, that's more than 100% increase. And it's crazy because they're like, oh, inflation, inflation. These companies are having record highs. They've never made more money than they are now. But you're telling me inflation? No, they're being greedy. They're using inflation as an excuse to raise prices on you to make more money. You know, I'm not saying I don't like capitalism. You know, so I actually do believe in capitalism. But capitalism is supposed to be controlled by the human spirit. You know what I'm saying? The human morality is what's supposed to keep it in check. When we start putting profit above human life, that's where the whole capitalism thing crumbles. Like, why the hell is Walmart raising their prices when they're having record highs? They've never made more money. The Walt family has never made more money, but they decided to raise the price on you. They said we can get a 50 more cents out of you. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy as hell to me. I don't know. Groceries are ridiculous right now.
3-bedroom apartment is upwards of $2,100 a month. I saw something recently that said that the most comfortable livable income would be anywhere from $175,000 to $220,000 to be able to live comfortably. So no amount of eating ramen noodles or cutting out Starbucks or starving is going to change that. Our system is broken 110%. And we still continue to climb that ladder, hoping for better tomorrows. We think with that broken thought process that if we keep climbing, we're going to find the top. What we happen to have forgotten is that we have met that debt ceiling a long fucking time ago. So if you voted for the Make America Great slogan, please let me know how this makes America great. Is this adding up for you?
Let me stop it right there. I'm one of those people who voted for MAGA. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing some things I completely agree with. But at the same time, what the fuck is going on with the Jepstein thing? Like, what the hell? Bro he literally just moved Maxine, who was convicted of abusing and things I can't say on YouTube to minors. He's moving her from maximum security to basically minimum security to a fucking daycare, not boot camp, daycare kind of camp resort type of jail. You know, so you can't make this shit up, bro. If you don't think he's in the files, you're a dumbass. Dude is definitely 100% in those files, and that's why we ain't seen him. Not only him, all the people in our Congress, so many people that run this world is in those files. We're never gonna see those files. Never. They're probably already burnt up to a crisp in a burn bag, as what's the name was saying. He's already in a burn bag, ready, just already gone. Those files are gone, bro. We're never gonna see those files. And it's just crazy because a lot of things the MAGA man is doing, I agree with. Bro was hitting up the Federal Reserve. He was telling Jerome Powell what the hell you spending all this money for. I agree. Why the hell is Jerome Powell adding more rooms to an already big as fuck building? You know what I'm saying? The Federal Reserve, have you gone seeing how big the building is? The building's big as hell. They don't need more rooms. Definitely don't. But they decided to take $3 billion of your money and spend it on them. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. $3 billion. Like, $1 billion is so big of a number, it's hard to grasp. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I told you I'm going to give you $1 million, you're like, oh, $1 million. If I told you I'm going to give you $1 billion, your brain just kind of just goes bloop, bloop, bloop. And you don't even understand $1 billion. And he spent $3 billion on the Federal Reserve. Like, come on, bro. Literally, the people who keep us enslaved. We're literally enslaved to them. They make money, poof, come out of nowhere, and we just believe that they have all the power. Well, really, you have all the power. That's the crazy part, is that we as Americans, we have all the power. We just refuse to use it. We're too distracted. It is what it is, but I'm just keep on ranting. I'm sorry, my bad.
Because the cost of egg prices are not getting better. The cost of gas is not getting better. None of this is getting better.
Cost of gas is going down.
And if this isn't adding up for you,
Especially, I'm in
welcome to my
California,
page.
so
I definitely think
it's actually
you are
under
the
$4.
bigger part of America who is suffering from the consequences of this administration. The math is not mathing for me currently. So if you're also feeling the burn, hit the save button, share it out, follow me, help support another average American that is out here just trying to supplement her income.
If you kids can't live comfortably on $20 an hour, you have to be overspending. We got to break this down very quickly to give people perspective into the Gen Z's life. If you make $20 an hour, that is $40,000 a year. After taxes, that is $2,750. The average one-bedroom apartment and utility is going to run you $2,000. You cannot do that making $20 an hour, so you're going to have to rent with a roommate for about $1,200, and that's being conservative. $500 a month for groceries, which is less than $150 a week. $300 for a student loan payment, which is below average. $300 for a car payment, which is below average. $150 for car insurance, $150 for gas, $100 for personal care, $50 for a cell phone is $2,750. That is paycheck to paycheck, leaving you with nothing. Nothing for savings, investments, the big one, health insurance, because I'm assuming they're under 26 years old, and zero fun. Now, if they were to make $30 an hour, that's $60,000 a year. That's $3,900 after taxes. Maybe they decide to get their own place for $2,000 and everything else stays the same. They're left with $350 a month, which is essentially still paycheck to paycheck. This is the cost of living in America.
Back in the day,
No,
$100 could feed an entire...
This is crazy because the minimum wage used to be like $2 back in the 60s or 70s, right? If it kept up with inflation, you know how much you should be making just minimum wage? $66 an hour. Can you imagine making $66 an hour? That is what you're supposed to be making if it kept up with inflation. That's how much more expensive things have gotten. $66 an hour is ridiculous. Even California can't do that. We would like to raise the minimum wage high as we can get it, but $66 would just break everything, you know? And so even if you're making $30 an hour, you're literally making less than minimum wage back in the 70s. We're all slaves now. Literally every last one of us. If you're not making 10 grand a fucking week, you know what I'm saying? You're a slave. And that's just what it is. And we gotta have these conversations, because if we don't, nobody's gonna come save us. Nobody's coming to save you, bro. Only you are going to save you. We have to save each other. We gotta get together in not discords, but in different conversations with people. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how, like, they have conditioned us to make it uncomfortable to have these conversations with people. Like, if you went to your friend at work, it was like, start talking about finances, it gets real uncomfortable. It gets real sticky. People have too much, I guess, pride to really spit about what's really going on, you know? And it's going to be our downfall. The fact that we are all, like, kind of just drifting apart from each other and going into our own little boxes, our own little spheres of wherever the fuck we watch on this black screen, it's going to be our downfall, because we know that's the one thing Americans we had, is that we had each other. You know, no matter what happened in America, you can always count on your community. Community is going away. And with that, there's going to be no way out soon. Soon, they're going to win the game Monopoly. It's going to be game over. You know, and they're going to change the rules, rewrite the rules, whatever the fuck they're going to do. And there's nothing anybody can do about it, because we're all just not coming together. Too scared of your neighbor. You're too scared of whoever you're scared of. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, I'm scared of black people. Some people say, I'm scared of white people. I'm scared of Mexicans. It's going to be our downfall, man.
Our family for a week. Now, $100 barely buys you snacks. Families are not struggling right now because they don't work hard. Families are struggling right now because the math ain't mathin'. A gallon of milk used to be $1.50. It's now like $5 or $6. Eggs, 80-something cents back then. $6-something or more today. And don't even get me started on the cost of cereal. You paying $6, $8 for air and lies. What do I tell you guys all the time? This is not about poor choices. This is about a poor system. Wages stayed flat while costs continue to go up because that's the design. So when folks tell you to budget better, how do you budget for price hikes? No wages. If you've had to cut back, I want to hear from you. What did you used to buy that you just don't buy anymore because it's become way too expensive?
Do y'all know that the
You know what I'm
average...
saying? And I agree with something she's saying, but what I don't agree with is saying that it's the system that's flawed. Our system is the best system to ever come across this earth. The American Republic is the best thing that ever happened to earth, point blank period. What's wrong is the leaders we have chosen. We actually, I'm gonna stop saying we chose. We ain't chose shit. You know what I'm saying? All our options are always funneled down to person A or person B. And we have no clue where they came from. We just hear what the news tells us about them and we choose A or B. We don't choose nothing, you know what I'm saying? Our system is actually very strong. I feel like our system is the only thing keeping them from complete domination. The fact that they have to come to the American people and plead their case just so we can vote for them. It's the best system that ever come across earth. But what happened is the people with money got together and decided, hey, we can use our money for influence. With this influence, we can gain power. And with power, we can do wherever the hell we want. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who got anything to say about it, and then, oh, he'd be like, oh, I can go to the news. The news ain't for the news works with them. You know what I'm saying? We, as individuals, you has to do something. Just like me right now, I woke up today like, I gotta make a video because if I don't, I'm just part of the problem. I'm just another voice not using it. I'm another voice not using my voice. Like Kai Cenat or, hell, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is trying to get money for water in Africa. There's cities in our own country full of poverty. You know what I'm saying? And they're all game bankers. No, not everybody in the hood is an imbecile. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of good, hardworking people in these poor neighborhoods who just don't have a chance. They don't have opportunity. They don't have knowledge. Knowledge is severely lacking. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even have a clue of where to start. You know what I'm saying? And it's really quite sad. These people who have the influence don't even say anything. They're just quiet because they get paid to be quiet. They get paid to distract you. That's the whole job. That's the whole mission. And it really comes up to us. You know, like I said, even though I'm probably only going to get like 5 views on this, 10 views on this, I don't want to be part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get together and start doing what we can, whatever you can. You know what I'm saying? Go look at your elections that are coming up. Look at the backgrounds of these people. See what they really stand for. Write a letter to your congressman. It might put you on the list. Might definitely put you on the list. But write a letter. Let them know that we see them. You know what I'm saying? This congressman talking about, oh, I don't want to be poor. The guy, there's a bill trying to get passed that will stop the Congress people from trading stocks. Like, why is this even a thing? Like, these niggas have valuable information and they're able to act on it and get money from it. And we don't see the conflict of interest in that. Insane, bro. But then again, nobody gives a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You put on Aiden Ross and he gets in a beef with so-and-so and nobody gives a fuck about any of this. It all just magically goes away and they continue to do what they've been doing for decades, which is pillage the American people of their money. Simple as that. And you would think, oh, maybe one person will come up and say, no. Because as soon as they do, they end up like that one lady who had a person show up to her house in a mask and murdered her. You know what I'm saying? And we never really, they put up a picture of some random dude like, oh, he did it. But how do we know? The guy who on the camera was wearing a mask. You know, it's all, I don't believe whatever the media is telling you, because they literally get paid to keep you docile, to keep you in a state of, they keep you in that state. That's the state they want to keep you in. They don't want to get you in a state when you're like, you know what, I'm angry. No, that's not the state they want you in. They want you in a low vibration, smoke that, drink that, I'm gonna go out, or maybe not because you're broke now. So they just want to keep you in a low state of mind, like you can't do anything. And they're just gonna run it up. And that's what it is. We have to do something.
American doesn't have any money left over, if but maybe $200 or $300 left after they get paid every 2 weeks or every month. Did y'all know that? I'm sorry, but that I literally feel like it drive me to voluntary homelessness. I would volunteer to be homeless. There's no way they'd have me out here working for anybody and I can't live life after I pay bills. Y'all can have these bills back. Take the car, take the crib. You can have it. Listen, I'm going to be homeless on the streets before I dare. Because, see, the way I'm set up, my Father which art in heaven would never have that be my portion. That's not my portion. There's no way that paying bills and not having any money left over to really exist, that's not my portion. That's not my portion. And I feel like if that doesn't motivate you and inspire you to get out here and go make some money, make more money. See, the problem with us nowadays is not that we don't know how to make money. It's just that we need to make more money. Find ways to make more money. Stop making excuses. You need to be trying to be the president of the United States before you stop trying to find a new job. Listen, if you got to switch jobs every single 2 weeks, then that's what you got to do. May the best salary win. Thank you.
Rent is so
Hold on,
expensive
I got something else to say. I'm probably never gonna get through this video, but like, what's wrong with America is not that you need to make more money. They took away our independence. The thing that America was founded on, the Declaration of Independence, they took it away, bro. This has been gone before I was even born. Just the fact that you can't grow chickens, you can't farm chickens, that should be a red flag to you. They don't want you to do fishing. Fishing, you need a license. It has to be governed, whatever. Raising chickens, raising any kind of livestock, you know what I'm saying? Keeping water, growing food like plants. It's all regulated and made so you have to depend on the state for those things, or the grocery store, or some big conglomerate corporation. You depend on those things than yourself. What the government should be doing is having programs where they teach people how to grow chickens safely, how to raise livestock safely. Why don't they do that? Why don't they just be like, oh, okay, we're gonna put $600 million into a program that teaches people how to collect water safely. Not fine and arrest people for collecting water because it's not safe. How about you just teach us how to do it correctly so we can do it on our own? No, they don't want that. They don't want independence. They want dependence. And that's really what the problem is. Why don't they teach us how to build our own home? No, they don't want that. They want you to depend on some other guy who's part of a big conglomerate to make your home for you so you can move in and pay your money to them. No, they don't want you going and buying land. There's places out here where you can go and buy land and they still won't let you build a house on it. Like, what the fuck? No, they want dependence, not independence.
Wage workers need 3 roommates or 4 jobs to afford a 2-bedroom apartment. In fact, there's not a single state in America where a minimum wage worker that's full-time can afford a 2-bedroom apartment. So look at this for example. If you live in Alabama where the minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, you'd have to work 90 hours a week to afford a 2-bedroom. Now, you would need to work 74 hours a week to afford the average one-bedroom apartment in Alabama at the minimum wage. So someone explain to me why we're pretending that workers are the problem when it's the corporations that are arbitrarily pushing up prices on rent, food, laying off workers, all to maximize their profits. Like, how is this system
Which are
that we're
at
currently
record
living in
highs.
sustainable?
The profits are at record highs.
Serious question. How are people affording anything in 2025? I'm having surgery in 2 weeks on my neck, so I was told to get certain types of shirts so it wouldn't bother the area. I go to Goodwill. I'm looking at prices, $9.99 for used shirts that are of no brand of value at all anywhere. Like, maybe it was Target. I don't even know. I probably could go to Target and get it for like brand new for the same price at this point. I don't know. But seriously, how is it that I have just gotten priced out of a thrift store? Not only that, I cannot remember the last time I actually went out and had a meal in a restaurant. We do not order out. We don't even get pizza because we're trying to save everything for 2025 with all of my health stuff. I am so sick of my own fucking cooking. You have no idea. I'm a bad cook. And I am so freaking tired of my own food.
I'm a good cook. So.
But how do people afford to go to a restaurant, sit down, and have a meal? Like, that is a foreign concept to me at this point. And I can't remember the last time I went and saw a movie in a theater. I can't even afford to rent them on demand.
That's the thing. I haven't been to a movie theater in so long, like, just for the experience. But I mean, now I can just get it bootleg. Honestly, there's so many websites where you can just download a movie, like the newest movies. Like, but she's right. Like, I haven't been to a movie. I think the last movie I went to was like the last Dragon Ball movie for my birthday with my wife. Like, that was the last thing. And that was years ago. And cooking. You need to learn how to cook. Like I said, it's independence. I don't have to depend on a McDonald's or something to feed me. I can go to the store and get the ingredients and feed myself. I can depend on myself to feed myself. Like I said, they don't want people independent. The more skills you learn that are ways of cheapening your life, the better. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to cook. Learn how to clean. Some people don't know how to clean. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to clean. Learn how to build. Learn how to do mechanic work on your car. Learn how to, you know what I'm saying, grow food. Learn those things because you don't want to be dependent on somebody. The last thing you want, once you're dependent on somebody, they can take advantage of you. And they are taking advantage of you. It's easy.
We'll show you what I do. This is what I do. I have an enormous DVD collection, and this is all I can afford, because I will get these at the thrift stores. Cheap as shit. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm living pennies to pennies and can't afford dick anymore. How are people doing this?
There's multiple generations of Americans who can't afford to buy a house, who can't afford to go to college, who can't afford to have children. We own nothing. We can't build anything. We can't create anything. We can't own anything. And now there's going to be nobody to pass it all on to. When millions of people feel locked out of the American dream, you're going to see a breakdown of civic engagement. Like, why vote if the system is rigged?
No,
why pay taxes if none of that money
That's
is
another thing. I hate hearing people say don't vote. Voting is the only thing stopping you from being dirt. You know what I'm saying? The only thing saving us from Nazi Germany type of reign or like North Korea type of dictatorship over in this country is the fact that you can vote. Your vote actually fucking matters. It matters a whole fucking a lot. It matters so much that Kamala Harris spent $1 billion on her campaign. Why? To get people to vote for her. Voting is the only thing we have left in this country, and we need to cherish it like a mug. Like I said, there's some things that Trump is doing. I don't mean to say his name because YouTube's going to flag it, but you know what I'm saying? You got to vote. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that he's trying to clear it up so voting is more transparent and less scammy. You know what I'm saying? People turning in votes that are for people who are dead and shit. We gotta get rid of that, yes, definitely. But your vote definitely matters. If we start voting more in the other elections that are not just the presidency, things will change, honestly.
Help any of us retire. It's not going to our infrastructure. It's not benefiting any of us. Look at Japan. Look at China. They've been investing their tax-paying money into their citizens for decades. If you go to travel in any of those countries, you're going to feel like you're living in 2050, but you're not. We're living in 1970 back here. To all the boomers out there who voted for this stuff, there's going to be nobody to take care of you. Because those of us in our 20s and 30s, we're not having kids. For what? When people have nothing to lose, they stop playing by the rules. So either give us something that we can lose, give us something to fight for, or it's not going to go very well. Long term, things are not going to get better if they don't break and stop voting against what's good for us. If the powers that be don't wake up and realize you have to give us something, because if we have nothing, it's not going to go well for you. And those of you who've been voting for this, stop.
Nails, luxury. Iced coffee, luxury. Getting groceries
is you gotta have kids. These people talking about, oh, I don't make enough money to have kids. Do you realize there's people in dirt countries where they ain't got nothing but dirt are still having kids, living, I want to say wonderful lives, but they're living happy lives. They're happy. Only in America have we been programmed to think if you don't have money, that you don't have a life. You know what I'm saying? And that's just so not true. You have a valuable life. Your life is very valuable. God made you to live life and to multiply on this earth. He didn't make you to run a 9-to-5 up. He didn't make you so you can be a millionaire, even though it's nice. He made you so you can build a family, have a home, or a tent in some places, or a car in some places. Have kids, because we gotta make sure that the next generation, there is a next generation. We gotta make sure that there is a next generation. Why do you think they're so avid about AI and robots? They want to replace us all. Everybody. I feel like once they figured out the robot thing, I feel like they're this close to figuring out whatever the fuck is wrong with the robots. I bet there's a secret lab somewhere, and they're trying to get this robot to work, but every time they turn the robot on, he just starts killing everybody or some shit. Once they figure that shit out, we're all doomed for it, because they want to replace us so bad. They're gonna get rid of, as soon as they fix that, they're gonna get rid of most of us, for real. So have kids, because kids are a beautiful thing. Like my 2 children bring me so much joy, you know what I'm saying? Like so much joy. And I couldn't even think of my life without them. I literally couldn't think of my life without them. So I feel like more people need to have kids. You should be having kids. I wish I would have had kids earlier. I was so programmed as a youngster, like, oh, I'm not gonna have kids in my 30s. Now I'm like, damn, I should have had kids in my early 20s. Like, what the fuck was I doing? You should definitely be having kids. Don't listen to the propaganda. Oh, I can't have kids because of this economy. No. Yes, you can. You'll figure it out. God is with you. You know what I'm saying? You'll figure it out. Honestly. Ask everybody who has kids. They're going to tell you they didn't think they can do it, but you know what? It worked out. And it's a blessing that it did. Don't ever listen to the propaganda. Oh, I'm not going to have kids.
that don't make you sick or get cancer, luxury. What else? Going to the movies, luxury. It's just all so much. Inflation is one thing, but wages just have not kept up. And I think that's where a lot of people are stressed and like irritated by, at least people my generation. It's not that you're bad with money. The system has shifted. You're not bad with money. They're just greedy. It's the fact that things that used to be affordable are now considered indulgences. And I don't like that. I don't like that label. You shouldn't feel guilty for wanting to look good and feel good. And I feel like a lot of new age like hairstylists and nail people are taking advantage of those who want to treat themselves every once in a while. What makes it worse is a lot of these salons have been raising their prices often, but the service has not changed. And now you guys are wondering, why are people learning to do their nails at home? It's because you guys are charging an arm and a leg and then stare us down while we are doing the tip. Yeah, also you're expecting the tip. Okay, well, at this point I can tip myself at home and teach myself how to do my nails and whatnot, and then you can just be out of a job.
Nah, that's facts, man. It's absolutely facts. Like, learn to be independent with your fucking nails. See my fucking haircut? I got a fucking buzz cut. You know why? I don't want to pay $30 for a haircut. I mean, I still look good. You know, luckily I'm a good-looking man. But, you know what I'm saying? Why the fuck am I finna be dependent on a barber for a haircut? Those days are gone. I used to go get my haircut every 2 weeks, week and a half for like $15. It's $30 for a haircut. I'm not paying that, bro. $30 to shave my head in a nice little way. I'm already married. I got a wife. Who I'm trying to impress? You? I'm not trying to impress you. You know what I'm saying? What the hell? I learned to be independent. The more things you're independent in, the more money you're going to save. The better your life is going to be. And the more angry you're going to make the system. You know what I'm saying? Or look, I'm going to stop saying this. The people in power right now. You know what I'm saying? Because the people in power, we have the power to get them out of there. That's the crazy part. We have the power to get all these people out of there, but we're just too distracted. Literally, too many things that keep us divided. Black versus white versus Mexican versus that. You know what I'm saying? It's too many divisions. Old versus young. You know, rich versus poor. It's just too many things that divide us. But if we all looked at our common enemy, which is, I can't say that, because let's just say the Illuminati, you know what I'm saying? They exist. People be like, oh, Illuminati. No. They definitely 1,000% exist. We gotta learn how to fight them. And I'm telling you, the way you do it is with conversations with your neighbor, by talking about what's really going on. So we go all come together and be like, you know what? Let's fix this. Let's start being afraid of each other. Start hating on each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a black man. Most black people will tell you, oh, America has never been for the black man. Which, you know what I'm saying? I'm hard pressed to low-key agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Woodrow Wilson and a lot of presidents, a lot of government entities have done a lot to oppress black people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of just entities in general. But one thing that's got black people this far is the Constitution. A piece of paper that some niggas made way long time ago. The founding fathers made America, and that America has brought black people, you know what I'm saying, even though all the oppression, America has literally brought us to where we are today. Now we squander it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, so much programming going on in the hood and it's real sad. But for those black Americans who want to be American, there's a whole route you can take. It might be obstacles in the way. It might be people hating on you. But guess what? You still have a way to make it. And if it wasn't for that Constitution, we would still be slaves, honestly. Even though we're all slaves now, but black people would still be on that damn plantation if it wasn't for the Constitution. So if you're black watching this, don't ever let people tell you, oh, America's not for black people. Yes, the fuck it is. It's for everybody, honestly. It's for everybody. But if anybody should be repping the flag hard, it's definitely black people. I don't care what nobody says. All right? But I'm going to get out of here. If you like the content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here. Deuces.